Some freelancers make six figures and still feel broke. Not because they are, but because their income doesn't feel safe. That's the part no one prepares you for. You can out-earn your old salary. You can work fewer hours. You can have more control over your time than most people you know. And yet, you still hesitate before spending. You still check your bank balance before relaxing. You still feel like something could fall apart. So what's happening? If the numbers are strong, why does it feel fragile? Freelancers don't usually struggle with income. They struggle with unpredictability. A salary has rhythm. It arrives on schedule. It repeats. It becomes familiar. Your brain builds trust around repetition. Freelance income doesn't repeat. It spikes. It dips. It surprises you. And your brain doesn't relax around surprises. It prepares for impact. You can have a $15,000 month, and instead of enjoying it, you think, is this sustainable? You land a new client, and your first thought isn't excitement. It's, how long will this last? You finish your best quarter ever and quietly calculate how long it would take for things to slow down. That internal calculation never fully turns off, and it's exhausting. Here's the first, deeper truth. Freelancers don't feel broke because they earn too little. They feel broke because they carry all the risk personally. When you're salaried, risk is distributed. The company absorbs fluctuation. Management absorbs volatility. Systems absorb instability. When you freelance, you absorb it. Every shift in the market lands directly in your nervous system. Even if you're thriving, your brain prefers predictable survival over impressive numbers. It would rather earn $6,000 consistently every month than $18,000 one month and $2,000 the next, because predictability equals safety, and safety is what allows you to relax. High income without predictability feels like temporary relief, not security. Let me show you something subtle. Imagine two freelancers. Freelancer A makes $95,000 per year, almost perfectly evenly distributed. Freelancer B makes $150,000 per year, but in wild waves. Objectively, Freelancer B earns more, but psychologically, Freelancer A sleeps better because consistency builds trust, and trust builds calm. Income totals impress other people. Consistency calms your nervous system. There's also something no one talks about. When you freelance, there's no external reassurance, no manager saying you're doing great, no HR email confirming annual stability, no structured promotion cycle. Your income becomes your only feedback loop, so when it fluctuates, your self-worth can fluctuate with it. That's dangerous, because now money isn't just money, it's validation, it's proof, it's reassurance. And when that reassurance slows down, you don't just feel financially uncertain, you feel personally uncertain. And then there's delayed payments, invoices sitting unpaid, clients saying, we'll process it next week, projects that get paused unexpectedly. You might technically have earned the money, but until it hits your account, it doesn't feel real. So you live in this strange in-between state, working, delivering, performing, but still waiting. That waiting creates tension that salaried workers rarely experience. It's not just income volatility, it's income delay, and delay erodes peace. Taxes quietly intensify this. Part of what you see in your account is temporary. You're holding it for someone else, so you mentally split your money. This part is mine, this part isn't. That invisible division adds cognitive load. It means you never fully trust the number you see, and when you can't trust the number, you can't relax around it. There's another psychological trap. Good months create subtle lifestyle drift. You don't upgrade dramatically, you just normalize a slightly higher standard. Better groceries, faster services, more convenience, maybe helping family more generously, and during strong seasons it feels fine. But when income dips, those same decisions feel heavy, not because they were reckless, but because they assumed continuity. Freelance income doesn't promise continuity, so your lifestyle and your revenue can quietly move at different speeds. That gap creates stress. And then comes comparison. You see other freelancers celebrating wins online, big contracts, new cars, travel photos. But what you don't see are their quiet months, their unpaid invoices, their tax stress, their revenue dips. Freelancing magnifies visible success and hides volatility. So you assume everyone else feels stable, when in reality, many are managing the same internal tension you are. Here's the reframing that changes everything. You're not broke, you're structurally unbuffered. There's a difference. When income arrives and immediately funds current obligations, you're living month to month, even if the number is high. But when income arrives and sits, when there's space between earning and spending, something shifts inside you. You stop calculating survival constantly. You stop attaching identity to last month's performance. You start thinking longer term. That psychological distance is powerful. There's a sentence that changes posture. Even if next month slows down, I'm still fine. When that sentence becomes believable, your entire relationship with money shifts. You negotiate differently. You say no to bad clients more easily. You stop overworking during slow weeks just to feel safe. You stop chasing bigger months purely out of fear. Because fear-driven income feels urgent, structure-driven income feels calm. Freelancers who feel steady usually don't have perfect months. They have insulation. They built systems that smooth their own waves. They stopped reacting to income timing and started planning around volatility. That's maturity, not hustle, not grinding harder, not doubling output every slow season. Just accepting that variability exists and building around it instead of emotionally fighting it. And here's something important. If you feel broke despite earning well, that doesn't mean you're bad with money. It means your nervous system hasn't been given consistency yet. Security isn't just financial, it's neurological. Your body needs repetition to relax. Without repetition, it stays alert, even in abundance. You chose freelancing for freedom, but freedom without structure can feel like exposure. When you add structure intentionally, you don't lose flexibility, you gain stability. And stability allows enjoyment. Because what's the point of earning well if you can't emotionally feel it? What's the point of freedom if you're mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios every month? The real upgrade isn't increasing your best month, it's increasing your worst month. It's narrowing the gap, because the gap, that swing between high and low, is what creates the emotional roller coaster. Reduce the swing and you reduce the stress, even if total income stays the same. If this resonates, pause before chasing more. More clients, more projects, more revenue. More doesn't fix instability. Structure does. Distance does. Time-buffered income does. And once you build that, something quiet happens. You stop feeling broke, even if income fluctuates. You stop bracing for impact. You stop measuring yourself by last month. You start trusting your system. And trust is what finally allows you to enjoy the freedom you worked so hard to build. Because success on paper means nothing if you don't feel safe living it.